before we get started. Now, I like Kerry Fraser, and I'm not going on it. I'm going to be very calm. But I don't think Kerry Fraser should be going up to players, giving them that one.
Trying to get their attention.
Yeah, getting their attention, and like that, and they do stuff like that. And what's going to happen if the Marty McSorley went back to him like that? He'd be thrown out of the game.
He almost did.
Fine.
I think Kerry knows the rules.
I know. Well, if he knows the rules, then do them. Okay, this here, I thought you'd be interested. This is Gretzky's stick. He broke it in a warm-up. And this is an aluminum one that come down there like that, aluminium or whatever you call it, like that. And wait till I tell you about this guy. It's so funny, folks. They put powder on the sticks, eh? They put powder. The pros put powder on the sticks. And he said Wayne thought of that. That was about 50 years ago they thought of that.
You're just showing us the blades. Not like you not to give us the shaft, but then again, I guess you just did. What about the game?
What about the game? I think it's a very good game. I think that Edmonton coming on strong, but LA come back. I think they let them off the hook. Got that second goal, the game would have been over. Interesting stat that I come up with naturally. One Edmonton Oiler in the top 25 scores, and that's Tikkanen. Isn't that funny?
What about the big line? Finally gets a goal. Messier came out with a big hit, and Craig Simpson scores.
Well, I liked what Muckler said. He said, you never know. You can't bench those guys because they might come up with the home run. And I thought that was very good. That'd be like benching Babe Ruth. Do you like that?
Yeah, I do. I thought Marty McSorley was a little like Pete Rose.
You know, when you have an article like that in the paper, that was a pretty good hatchet job, I have to admit, and they get worried about me. When you have it saying things like he wants to play in Canada Cup, where is he going to get citizenship in Poland and stuff like that?
This is an article for those tuning in late. In the Edmonton Journal, Cam Cole just wrote a column about Marty McSorley being under the Oilers' skin and really made the point.
Wait a minute. If they can't get here on time, and what I'm saying, when you get the other team worried about you, talking about you and stuff like that, putting stuff, you're doing a good job. If the rest of the the rest of the LA was playing like Marty right now, they'd be up 4-0.
Last night, Montreal staved off elimination and forces Game 7 at Boston. The last time a series between these two went to a seventh game was 1979. That was it. Montreal beat Don Cherry's Bruins.
Oh, is that
What
right?
about it this time around?
Well, I got, first of all, win or lose tomorrow night, Pat Burns deserves all the credit in the world, all the injuries he had, and here he is, Patrick Waugh, the #1 goaltender, used to be. He's hurt right now, there's no doubt about it. To have them there is unbelievable. Mr. Corson in Barrie, Ontario, I want you to take your son and weigh him when he comes home, if he doesn't come home too late, you know what I mean, after the season. He has to be 10 pounds lighter now than when he started the season. Patrick Waugh in that overtime, you could see Patrick Waugh. He said, I'm not playing very well, but they're not getting a pee by me. And it reminded me of that New York overtime. Remember a few years ago where they had 13 shots on him? He was absolutely fantastic. That series took a little time to get rolling, but I'll tell you, it's going great now.
That was 86 when Waugh shone. It was 84 when he and Shane were drafted.
I said a few years
What
ago.
a draft. Now, let's talk about Thomas Sandstrom and Steve Kasper, two players upon whom you've picked. And both of whom have been tremendous. And I heard a rumor you were actually happy with Thomas.
Well, I'm not happy with him. I have to admit that the guy's got a lot of guts. You have to eat a little crow when a guy comes back like that. And you see what he did with Messier?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Steve Kasper, #1 star in the game in Los Angeles.
You have enough steam or something. There. All right, Steve Kasper, look. #1, he was picked by LA, #1, and he was the star, #1 star. Now, I asked you if Stevie Kasper's ever been #1 before in his life. You just have to get these guys. He's got the old touch. I know he was a star there. I know he's seen a few stars. We won't tell us who told us that joke, but somebody told us that anyhow. You got to get these guys out there. If I hadn't got on him, he'd still be twiddling his thumbs.
#1 star in Los Angeles was seeing stars. They asked him if he'd seen a doctor. He said, no, just stars.
That's it.
Don Cherry calls him as he sees him at the Coliseum on Wilson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
Coach's Corner with Don Cherry is brought to you by